guys, what is going on? Blossom's back, and welcome back to a massive episode of Top Drives. Okay, so last night or yesterday, wherever you are in the world, Hutch or the Top Drives official Instagram page posted two very awesome posts. Okay, one was a silhouette of a covered up Dodge Durango Hellcat, and then the other one was, well, the Dodge Durango Hellcat. They even say it in the caption, Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat, and they kind of ask you to guess in kind of like this, you know, who's that Pokemon kind of style. Now I want to say straight off the bat, I'm kind of surprised that they decided to show the answer a couple hours after they sneak peek, you know, the silhouette of the car. You know, I feel like some people didn't even have the time to guess, especially depending on the time zone that post was posted in. I mean, some people might still be sleeping and they won't even have the fun of guessing that. So I think it's kind of funny that they posted both posts on the same day. I thought at least, you know, you would post a silhouette for one day and then the actual car on the next day. But obviously the moment I saw the silhouette, I knew 100% it was going to be a Durango SRT Hellcat. Let me know down in the comments below if you got it on the first try as well. What I will say though is that looking at the silhouette, if you overthink it, it actually kind of looks like a Ford Explorer. Not gonna lie, like the back looks like a Ford Explorer. But if you don't overthink it, you look at the wheels, yeah, that's 100% a Durango SRT Hellcat, bro, 100%. But yeah, I'm really happy, and it truly is the perfect time for a Dodge update. Why do I say this? It's because whenever I'm one Dodge away from finishing the collection, Hutch just decides to add a bunch of new Dodges. For example, for the longest time, I was only missing the Hellcat wide body. You guys knew that 2-year drought of absolute pain and suffering. And when I finally got the wide body, that was 2 weeks after American Frontier dropped. And obviously, like, I don't open Dodge carbon fibers as much as I used to, and that's because I kind of learned my lesson, right? I spent $600 to $700 just trying to get the wide body from a, you know, Dodge carbon fiber, and I never got it. I got my wide body from a 2018 carbon fiber, and then I got it again in an American premium. So I've learned my lesson, man. I'm not gonna spend another Gucci shoe or, you know, Lego Ultimate Collector Series price on, you know, Dodge carbon fiber packs just to not get the one car I'm looking for. And as more and more Dodges get added to Top Drives, the probability of me getting the Dodge that I want just decreases and decreases anyway. So yeah, I'll get that Viper eventually. Watch me get that Viper SRT 2 weeks after this new American update has dropped. So yeah, man, I'm really excited for this. Obviously the next update is probably going to be American, if, you know, they're sticking to the theme of, you know, this kind of World Expo country thing. So we started with you know, just Europe in general, then we went to Germany, then Italy, then UK, then Australia. Now we're going back to the US, and then we're probably going to end off back in Asia with Japan again. So that would be pretty cool, but let's not get too far out. Okay, I'm super excited from an American event, not American event, but American update. We don't know what the name of the update is going to be yet, but I feel like it should be like, you know, Michigan centered, like Detroit centered, like Auto City, you know what I mean? You know, it'd be nice if it was just GM cars or Mopar, because they're all from Detroit. You know, Dodge, Plymouth, Chrysler, Lincoln, Ford, what else? GMC, GM, everything, bro. Literally everything. GMC, GM, what was it? GMC, GM, Chevrolet. Just a bunch of cool stuff. But anyway, guys, in today's video, I want to be talking about 10 of the most anticipated cars I'm looking forward to in any American update. And we are going to start off with a car that I've been calling for literally the day it was launched in 2020, and that is the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat Red Eye wide body. I love this car. Literally, like, I have like my auto message, because sometimes I get a bunch of messages and I have an auto reply. So if you ever find out my phone number and you end up texting me, you're gonna get my auto reply. And my auto reply is this: did you know that the Hellcat Red Eye wide body actually pulls 0.96 G's of lateral acceleration on the skid pad? It goes on something like that. What I'm trying to say, so this car kind of handles pretty well. 0.96 G's isn't the worst thing in the world, I'll be honest. And for a muscle car like a dragster, that's really good. So I'm gonna assume that it gets about 87 to 88 for handling. So kind of on the same number as the BMW in the game right now. So this would be a pretty good legendary, dude. 3.6 for 0 to 60, 203 miles per hour for a top speed. Now I can tell you right now, if the MRA on the Hellcat Red Eye Charger is bad when it comes to the game, I'm going to sue Hutch much, because that's definitely wrong. Okay, here's the thing. The most incredible thing about the Charger Hellcat Red Eye, the one that you see over here, is that it actually has a slower 0 to 60 than the Charger Hellcat, like the non-Red Eye, because that's 3.4 seconds. This one's 3.6, but the 0 to 100 time on the Red Eye is faster than the Charger from 2016, the Charger Hellcat from 2016. So the MRA on this thing has to be better, a lot better than the current Hellcat Charger in the game. And the current Hellcat Charger in the game has an MRA number of 91. So this has to at least be like, I want to say 98, 99, maybe even 100. This car looks good. Anyway, shout out to Cyanix, by the way. He also made custom cards to give you an idea of how these cars will look in the game. And obviously right here, Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat Red Eye. He did forget to put the wide body though. 2020, 203 for top speed, 3.687. I provided the stats for him, so don't worry about it. They are going to be more or less correct. To be fair though, I am a little bit overconfident when I'm making this video, because I am a Dodge guy, so I took all these Dodge times kind of off memory. So if they are slightly wrong, then hopefully Hutch will get them right. But yeah, dude, just envision this in the game right now. I just really hope it's going to be good. I do think that it should be higher than 76. Obviously, Cyanix doesn't know about the 0 to 100 time of this car, but like I said, the Hellcat Red Eye has a slower 0 to 60 than the current Charger Hellcat in the game, but a MRA is so much better. I genuinely think that this could be a low-end legendary, kind of in that AT range. Moving on to the second most well, this really isn't in order, this is kind of just my top 10 cars I want to see in this update, is the Daytona 50th anniversary, okay, or also known as the King Daytona. It basically is the Daytona version of a Hellcat, and it's almost the same thing as the Charger Hellcat in the game, so I didn't change much of the stats. 3.4 for 0 to 60, 203 for top speed, and I just give it slightly higher handling because this is the wide body version of the Hellcat in the game, which is at 84 right now. So once again, if you want to envision what it looks like in the game, here you go. 203, 3.486, RQ77, and yeah, once again, the 50th anniversary, dude. I really want this in the game. I mean, there's the 50th anniversary, and then there's a King Daytona. They also made the King Daytona has, I believe, 10 more horsepower than your regular Hellcat. I think that's how it is. Like, it isn't that much of a difference. And I already know, like, some people were already memeing in my server. They were like, oh, I'm gonna be so annoyed if Hutch adds 100 different versions of no. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I want Hutch to add 100 different Chargers. Listen, I have suffered with those stupid Audis. I have suffered with those stupid Bentleys. I have suffered with those stupid Subarus. Sorry, Chicken, I know you love it, but you know what I mean, right? Subaru was, it's not Subaru, but Chicken was obviously going to love, 100 million WRXs getting added to the game. So I just want some equality, okay? It's my turn, and I want 100 different Chargers, every single variation. Did you know that they even made a Charger for the South American market? There's a Brazilian Charger out there too, kind of like how they're Australian Chargers. So yeah, I want all of them. Okay, moving on. Is the jailbreak. So obviously the Charger jailbreak is kind of like the last of its kind before, Dodge goes beta and, sim for the stupid electric crap. I don't want any E-Chargers in the game, okay? I want them in the junkyard. That's what I want them in. But once again, I think that the jailbreak is kind of like the best version of the Charger. So it's kind of like a mix of your 50th anniversary and your Red Eye Hellcat wide body. So I kind of gave it the stats of the best of both worlds, that 3.60 to 60, along with the MRA from the improved Hellcat Red Eye, and then obviously the 87 handling as well. I'm assuming that it should probably also pull around 0.96 Gs on the skid pad, and of course a top speed of just slightly higher, 204, just because it has 10 more horsepower than all the other Hellcats. But yeah, dude, I really want this in the game. Once again, I don't take this as an RQ76. Knowing the MRA numbers, I think that this is going to be probably an RQ80 legendary, something along those lines. I don't know. It is low ground clearance, but maybe 82. The thing is, right, those BMVs, the ones that I love so much, the G80 M3 M4s, they're RQ88, but they are four-wheel drive, so they're super inflated. I feel like if those BMWs ended up being rear-wheel drive, they'd probably end up being 83 or 82, so maybe that's what the Charger should be. All right, moving on. The next car that I want to talk about, I don't know why it kind of, yeah, I want to see the transition. There we go. The 1966 Dodge Charger. I promise you, I chose a very diverse cast of cars for this American update. It's not just going to be It's all Dodge. 1966 Charger. Take this as a learning lesson, okay? You get to learn about all the Chargers that exist. Now, this was the first year of the true Charger. This is what set it all, okay? This is the pioneer of the Charger. So don't expect the stats to be very good. This was more of like Dodge wanting to make a sporty car over a car of truly, high horsepower and fantastic performance. This was before the big block and the 440 Magnum and all the things that you will see a couple of years later. But this 66 Charger kind of just started it all, right? So it has 121 for a top speed, 7.8 for a 0 to 60, and 66 handling. Now the handling probably is worse for that. I don't think it would be better than 66. I just gave it 66 because it's from the year 1966. It kind of just seemed right. I love the photo, by the way, that Cyanix chose. It's a pink Charger, dude. And there's a really cool blonde chick on there, too. I don't know, man. That's sick. That's sick. I want that in the game right now. Sign me up. All right, next up, we're going to get to where the Chargers got really good, right? The 69 Charger and the 70 Charger. Obviously, everybody knows this because, Fast and the Furious. So this is the Charger from the Fast and the Furious. Both the 69 and the 70 are probably some of the most important cars in automobile history, right? The 69 Charger was, showcasing the Dukes of Hazzard. The 70 Charger was showcasing the Fast and the Furious. These cars are incredible. So much like the 69 Charger, this is where you saw things like the Magnum or the, the 440 and, all those, the six-pack, all those big engines that Mopar made at the time. So very similar stats, same 0 to 60 as the 69, 4.8, slightly higher top speed, 133 miles per hour, and I would say slightly better handling, maybe. I mean, they use the same chassis at the end of the day, so maybe the handling might exactly be the same, but they use the same engine. The real difference with the Charger, the 69 and the 70 was kind of the facelift. The 70 had that chrome grille, but the 69 had the split grille, and the 69 is my favorite one, and it's really just down to preference. I think that the split grille is the nicest looking one, but the 70 Charger, the chrome grille, isn't too far off, and obviously the Fast and the Furious has made this car incredibly iconic. On top of that, the 69 has also been featured in the Fast and the Furious, and so has the 68 Charger. So yeah, love it, man. Moving on, next one, another Charger, the 72 Charger. Now this is where American muscle cars kind of started to die. And yeah, as you can see, once again, the stats is where the car became slow again. So unfortunately for the the 72 Charger, sorry, the 0 to 60 has been cut way down to 8.1 seconds. Top speed has been cut. What I can say though is that this Charger definitely handles the best out of all of the Chargers that we've seen so far, but that isn't saying much. 68 still is nothing. If you max it out with a 76, 77 handling, that's nothing. But I digress. I would still want this in the game. It is probably the least popular of the classic Chargers, and the classic Chargers really only spanned it, in my opinion, from 1966 to 72. We don't count the weird Shelby chart. No, none of those. But yeah, 66 and 72 was kind of like the golden age of the Chargers, and this was the least important or the least popular of the bunch. That being said, though, still a very popular car. Still very, very prevalent in mainstream media today. Go watch. I think it was I can't remember what TV channel it was shown on. Was it I don't know. Was it ABC? I don't know. But yeah, Burn Notice. So if you do know the show Burn Notice, starring Jeffrey Donovan, the protagonist car is basically the Dodge Charger, the 72 Charger, all black, very, very beautiful. One of my favorite shows growing up as well. All right, next car I want to talk about. Well, we talked about Chargers, now let's talk about Challengers. So the first one is the Drag Pack. Now I remember when the Drag Pack first came out. This was when Dodge was basically showcasing all their big cars of the year. The Drag Pack came out at the same time. I think this was in 2021. I remember taking a crap watching the Dodge live stream, and I think along with this, they showcased, this was the same year when they showcased the Dodge Durango Hellcat. So the Drag Pack was like the big challenger at the time, and I remember, this being actually a little bit of a disappointment, because a lot of people, or there were a lot of rumors going around of like the Hell Angel, or whatever it is, the Dodge Angel, whatever it is, which is like, supposed to be the successor to the Demon. So everyone was thinking that this car was going to be the next big thing. It was going to be the Demon with even more horsepower, of a lower 0 to 60. And in a sense, it was, but this isn't really your daily car. This is definitely not a drag, not a drag, but this definitely isn't like a daily car. This is a full drag car, so it's not street legal or anything like that. So yeah, the drag pack kind of ended up being a little bit of a disappointment for a lot of us, but it still was a really cool car at the end of the day. The stats in this, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what the stats of this are. So I talked to Cyanix about it, and we were like, yeah, probably put it in between like a Capo Camaro and the Demon 170, because the thing is, Dodge never, released the stats of the drag pack. All it said was that it's capable of doing a quarter mile in under 8 seconds, which is ridiculously fast, right? So we're just like, you know what, just make it 1.7 seconds, give it no handling, top speed of over 200 miles per hour. Don't take the stats accurately, okay? This one isn't true, but still would be a really cool car to rival those Capo Camaros. Once again, even if they added it, I don't think we'll ever see this car be released, because the Capo Camaros have never been released. All right, next one. This is a car that I've been looking for a very long time, and that is the Super Stock. Now, I love the Super Stock because it kind of is like a kind of diluted or dialed down version of the Demon, right? It's still ridiculously strong, over 800 horsepower in this, and I love how it looks. It's just a little bit more understated from a Demon, but still stronger than a Hellcat. This is like in between Hellcat and Demon, basically, right? So it's got a 3.20 to 60. It's got a top speed of over 220 miles per hour. According to Dodge, this car can actually do over 220 miles per hour, but I'm gonna just cap it at 220, and obviously no handling, 85. Now this, I don't know if it has slick tires or performance tires. You can look at that. I mean, it has threads on it, so it might be a performance tire car. But yeah, 220 miles per hour, 3.240 to 60, 85 handling. Like I said, think of this as a Demon, but with a kind of slower 0 to 60, but stronger than your regular Hellcat. So the Super Stock is a very beautiful car. Now, like I said, this was the #1 car that I was looking forward to when American Frontier dropped, but this didn't come with American Frontier, so I really hope that this comes with whatever update they want to call for, the next, I think it's PL 19, right? I don't even know what PL we're on anymore. All right, another Challenger. Now, this one, kind of unlikely, I think, that it will come with this update, just because this car was literally announced, I think, 2 weeks ago. Literally only 2 weeks ago, and that is indeed the Demon 170. This is the Angel, basically. This is what the drag pack was supposed to be. This is what everybody thought the drag pack was going to be. This is the elevated Demon. This is what the almighty Demon is, the highest trim level, blah blah blah. And that is indeed the Demon 170, 220. Once again, Dodge is saying that they can do more than 220 miles per hour, but we'll just keep it at that. Once again, for the meme, giving a 10 handling, and of course, this is the one that has a 0 to 60 of 1.6 seconds. And unlike the drag pack, this car is actually road legal. Ironically, it's road legal, but it's actually not drag legal, and you need to put in like a roll cage and all those kind of knickknacks for it to become a genuine like drag legal car. But yeah, the Dodge Challenger SRT Demon 170, 220 miles per top speed, 1.6 seconds 0 to 60. Once again, for the meme, 10 handling, who the hell cares? This one, I mean, like the Demon, right? It has slick tires, but you can change the tires out, and they can be performance tires. But then again, if they are performance tires, then you won't get that 1.6 0 to 60, blah blah blah. But still, dude, ridiculous, absolute monster. This is like your Demon on steroids. So this needs to be in the game. This or the drag pack needs to be in the game, because you guys know how I feel about the Demon in top drives. I freaking love the car, but everybody has it, and I hate that. I want my Demon to feel exclusive, and it's not. So this is a good time for the Demon 170 to take its place. Now moving on, 2 more cars. Next one, a very rare Dodge. This is a Dodge where I feel like barely gets any recognition. A lot of people don't even know that this car exists, and that is indeed even muscle car people, and that is a Dodge Coronet RT Hemi. A top speed of 150 miles per hour according to sources in Google, 5.8 for a 0 to 60 and 60 handling. Now, I did not know the stats of this car on the top of my head, and to be completely honest with you, for a 1967 car, it has a way lower 0 to 60 than I expected. But yeah, 5.8 for a 0 to 60, 60 handling, and 150 miles per hour. Now, I gotta be honest with you, this is one of those cars. This is literally one of those cars where I feel like Hudge would assume that it will have standard tires. It does not have standard tires. I can tell you right now, it does not. It's a Hemi. It's an RT Hemi. It's performance tires in this, okay? But I can guarantee you, this is one of those few cars where I feel like, Hutch, they don't know anything, and they'll be like, oh yeah, it's standard tires, blah, blah, blah. It's gonna be like, standard tires, but good 0 to 60 top speed. It's gonna be like the Chevrolet Monte Carlo kind of car. I feel like they're gonna give it standard tires, and if they do, it's wrong. It's a performance tire car. And last but not least, the last car, the 10th one that I want to showcase, or I think 11th. is the Viper GTC, okay? So shout out to Cyanix. This is kind of like Cyanix's editor's choice, because I gave Cyanix 10 cars, and obviously he was going to make the cards for them, as you saw, but he decided to do an editor's choice where he could, you know, think of his own card that he wanted to add, and he added the Viper GTC, top speed of 190 miles per hour. Now, I don't really know the top speed of the Viper GTC, because some sources say 190, but I've also seen some other sources say that the top speed of the Viper GTC is actually 206, but I'm sure Cyanix did his research and his card said 190, so I'm going to do 190 as well. 3.4 for a 0 to 60 is indeed accurate. 93 handling, I mean, that is a very good educated guess, because I feel like this doesn't handle as well as the ACR, but it definitely handles better than the TA. TA is 92, ACR is 94, makes sense, 93, cool. 3.4, 93, very good car. I mean, it looks like the RQ81 ACR if you think about it, but probably with better MRA, and honestly, I don't know how I feel about the top speed. It might be higher, but I'm not too sure. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. Those are the top 10 plus 1, so 11 in total cars that I'm looking forward to in the update, whatever is going to be PL19. Like I said, it has to be, I feel like it has to be rotated or surrounded, or what is the word I'm looking for? It has to revolve around Michigan, Detroit, Auto City, you know what I mean? But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. Let me know down in the comments below if you are excited for this. I mean, it's about time, okay? Lock to lock put me to sleep. Learned the Savannah way, woke me up for a couple of weeks. I won the Sauber, and then I went back to sleep. So this is an update that I truly am going to fanboy over for a very long time. I mean, I'm still fanboying over American Frontier, and that update is like 3 years old. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys have a great day. Remember to stay safe, wash your hands.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.